Last season, the Milwaukee Bucks had an amazing regular season, having the best record in the league, and they looked like one of the more dominant teams in the league's history. And going into the playoffs, most expected them to continue that success, but they would disappointingly lose to the Miami Heat in 5 games. And in the offseason, they traded for Jrue Holiday and re-signed Giannis Antetokounmpo to a huge contract. And so far this season, they have started with a 16-10 record and the second seed in the Eastern Conference. And in today's video, I'll be giving you 5 reasons why the Milwaukee Bucks can make the NBA Finals. But before we get into the video, I ask you to drop a like on this video as it does help my channel grow. Subscribe to my channel if you want weekly NBA content just like this and to help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers. And comment on this video to start a conversation because I respond to all of my comments. And play that intro.
You're literally 7'5", Antetokounmpo.
The first and main reason I think the Bucks can go all the way to the finals is because they are a great defensive team. As over the past 2 seasons, they have ranked number 1 in the league in defense. And so far this year, they have ranked 8th in defense. But what makes me super confident about their defense isn't just where they rank, it's their defensive personnel on their team. As they have really good defenders like Giannis, who you can argue is the best defender in the league. Jrue Holiday is a top 5 guard defender and he can guard the 1 to the 3. Donte DiVincenzo is a very good defender and he's really good at guarding opposing teams' guards. Chris Middleton is an above average defender and at times he's a good one. They also have guys like Pat Connaughton and Torrey Craig who can be solid defenders off their bench, and Brook Lopez is a very good paint defender and he's one of the top 10 defenders at his position. And to me, them having that much valuable defenders is very valuable and it will show up a lot in the playoffs. For example, if the Bucks face the Celtics, they can put Dante on Brown, Jrue on Kemba, and Chris on Tatum, which shows they have a lot of defenders. Same goes with the 76ers. They can put Lopez on Embiid and he can do as good of a job that you can against him. Or versus the Nets, they could put Jrue on Harden, Dante on Kyrie, and Giannis or Chris on KD. And all those guys can do a solid or even great job. And to me, their biggest competition is the Nets. And the Nets are the worst defensive team in NBA history. So the Bucks have a huge advantage over them. And to me, the Bucks have the best defenders to go up against the Nets since they have so much.
You're literally 7'5", Antetokounmpo.
The second reason I think the Bucks can go all the way to the finals is because they are an amazing offensive team. As so far this season, they have ranked first in offense, and I think this can keep up as they are a great shooting team and they arguably have the most unstoppable player in the league in Giannis. And the thing that makes them so good is their 3-point shooting, as they have a bunch of snipers on their team. And they have guys like Jrue Holiday, who is shooting 38% from 3 on 5 attempts. Chris Middleton is shooting a ridiculous 45% from 3. Brook Lopez has been good, shooting 36% from 3 as a big man. Dante has been good, shooting 40% from 3. Bobby Portis has shot 48% from 3. Pat Connaughton has shot 39% from 3. Bryn Forbes has shot 49% from 3. And even DJ Augustine has shot 39% from 3. This roster has a legitimate 8 very good shooters on their team. And I think these guys can be consistent. And I think if they get hot from 3, they're capable of beating any roster. And they don't need to depend on only 3-pointers, as they have the most dominant paint scorers since Shaq and Giannis. And they have 2 perimeter players who can create their own shot in Chris Middleton and Jrue Holiday. But the only fear I have with this team is their offense in the clutch, since I'm not 100% confident in Middleton and Jrue in the clutch. And we all know in the 4th quarter, Giannis turns into a center, but we won't know how good they will be until the postseason. And as I said, the Nets are the biggest competition to me. And if you want to beat the Nets, you have to be really good on offense, since the Nets have the best offense ever. And I believe the Bucks have enough firepower to compete with them.
You're literally 7'5", Antetokounmpo.
The third reason I think the Bucks can go all the way to the finals is simply because they have Giannis Antetokounmpo. And I feel this is a big enough deal to make it a singular reason. Because to me, Giannis is the clear second best player in the Eastern Conference, and he's a top 6 player in the league to me. And if you have a guy that good on your team, you will always have a chance to win a series. And Giannis, to me, is capable of outplaying KD in a playoff series, especially since the Nets can't guard him, because they don't have a guy who can guard him. And they don't have a good paint presence as well, since DeAndre Jordan is not a starting caliber center to me. Also, Giannis might be capable of guarding Durant, since to me, if you're asking me to get one player to guard Durant, in my opinion, I would either choose Ben Simmons or Giannis Antetokounmpo. And I'm not saying he's going to lock him down, but he can do as good of a job that you can on Kevin Durant. So in critical moments, I think putting Giannis on KD can be very effective. And this is a notable reason, since in the East, outside of KD, Harden, and Giannis, everyone else is at best a fringe top 10 player. Guys like Jason Tatum, Jimmy Butler, and Kyrie are ranked right outside the top 10 for me. So this is a huge advantage for Milwaukee.
You're literally 7'5", Antetokounmpo.
The fourth reason I think the Bucks can go to the finals is because the teams that had defeated them in the last 2 seasons, in the Raptors and Miami Heat, have looked significantly worse teams this year. And to me, if Milwaukee didn't verse Toronto in 2019 and Miami in 2020, they would have gone all the way to the finals 2 times in a row. And the thing that made those teams so special is the fact that they had the defensive personnel to make a defensive wall to slow down Giannis. And for Toronto, a big part of their wall was guys like Marc Gasol, Serge Ibaka, and Kawhi Leonard. But now those guys are gone. And I honestly think Milwaukee will make quick work of Toronto, since I don't think Boucher or Baines are good enough to guard the paint, especially from a guy like Giannis. And in the case of the Heat, I do still think that they could give the Bucks trouble, since they have most of their defensive pieces, but so far, Miami has struggled this year. And although I'm not super worried about the Heat, it isn't looking good. And I think if the Bucks were to face the Heat in a series, Milwaukee would win, mainly since they added Drew Holiday. And I think adding Drew, who is a good shot creator, would make a huge difference in that series. To conclude the video, I wanted to be noted that this video was about why I think the Bucks can make the finals, but it doesn't necessarily mean I think they will go to the finals. Right now, I'm stuck between choosing the Nets or the Bucks for who's the best team in the East. But as of right now, I would go with the Bucks, since I don't think you could be the worst defensive team ever and win a championship, which is what the Nets are right now. But it's definitely close, and there are still teams like Philadelphia and Miami. Anyways guys, that's it for the video. Let me know if you think the Bucks will make it to the finals. Drop a like on this video to help my channel grow. Subscribe to my channel if you want weekly NBA content and to help me reach 1,000 subscribers. And comment on this video to start a conversation with me, because I respond to all of my comments. And I'm out.